So I'm having a catch up with Chesney Hawkes. How are you?
I'm good. I've just been poured a nice beer, so I'm a happy man.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's just gone 5 p.m. here, so you're allowed. You're absolutely
It
allowed.
it is beer o'clock
It
officially.
is
One
indeed.
past one past beer o'clock.
No, so well, I guess the beer is somewhat in celebration of a new album that's on the way this week, but we'll talk about that in a sec because I want to talk about your latest single, Loud. Tell us a bit about the single.
Yes, so Loud is a song that I wrote some years back with a young artist that had just lost his brother, and so it's very much in his mind at that point, and it's about loss. It's about finding ways to still have that connection with those that we've lost. And by some weird, universe throwing things at you and, coincidental timings and all that kind of stuff, I just lost my best friend literally recently.
Hmm.
And so I'm out here promoting this record about loss when I've got Vic in my mind, in a very, very raw grief state. And so obviously very, very, close to my heart, this song, and it seems to have resonated quite strongly with everyone. I've had so many messages from people telling me their stories. I just lost my brother and my mom. It reminds me of my dad and blah blah.
Mm.
It's just been quite overwhelming and beautiful, actually. It's one of the things that we all have in common. Living this life is that we're all going to go through this kind of
Mhm.
grief. We're all going to lose people. So, it's a weird time. It's a
Yeah,
really weird time, Jim.
yeah, absolutely. Sorry to hear about your friend as well, but you have
Thank
got
you.
an album out this week, Living Arrows. What can we expect to hear on the record?
Well, I mean, yeah, I can't believe it's coming out on Friday. It's wild. So very, very exciting. It's a long time coming for me. It's been 12 years since my last
Mm.
album. And this record is actually probably 5 years in the making. Um, it's a collection of songs that are some of them are kind of, kick the doors down banger pop songs that you would expect from me. The first two singles being that, very kind of anthemic and very it's I guess it's all about self-empowerment, things like that. But then I've also I got very cathartic on this album, Jim. I use my songwriting as therapy and kind of gone back and looked at some of the things that have happened in my life and like kind of had a real look at them and written songs about them. And it's kind of way of moving on and keeping in check with my mental health. And
Yeah.
there are some subjects, on this record that are very, uh, well, they're difficult subject. Let me just shut the door here, Jim. I've got
Yeah.
my kids all shouting. Hang on. So one sec. I keep telling them all day I've been doing radio interviews and podcasts and stuff like that. I'm on the radio. So anyway, yeah. So it's I think people will be surprised by some of the topics on this album.
Yeah, nice. And as mentioned, it's been 12 years, as you say, since your last record. You said it's this one was about 5 years in the making, but why has it in total taken this long?
Well, a lot of it was I wanted to be back in the UK. I was living in America for the last 12 years,
Mm.
and I don't know. I felt like I needed to be here. Well, I did. If I'm going to promote this properly, I have to be here in the UK. I have to be, able to go up and down the country and to the gigs and promotions and in stores and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to be back here. Um, and that's the main reason, really. And COVID got in the way. I probably would have put this out before COVID if I,
Mhm.
but it would have been a different album to be honest, Jim, because I've written other songs and realized that I want to put certain stuff on, and I've remixed things. It's a work. It's been a work in progress for a while
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and I mean, you started releasing music in the early 90s now. How does it feel that you've been releasing music for such a long period of time now?
Old. No, yeah. I mean, if you'd have said to me 34 years ago, you're going to be talking to me
Mm.
about the one and only and new music, I would have been like, really? This long ago? I thought I'd have retired by then.
Mm.
You know, it
You'd have
just
hoped
seems
to have
like
retired by then.
yeah, no, but you know what? That's never happening ever.
Mhm.
You know, I think musicians don't retire. To be honest with you, it's like I can't not play. I mean, I can see you've
Yeah,
got a guitar behind you. I'm sure you're a
yeah,
muso as well. You can't not do it, can you?
no.
I still have the same passion for it. I still, you know, I can't pass a guitar without picking it up, or you know, if I see a piano, I have to play a chord of the day at least. So yeah, it's just something that's always there, and I
Mhm.
think that, you know, yes, if you'd have said to my 19-year-old self, you're still going to be making music in the 50s, I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as you've been around for so long, how have you and how has the music evolved since you started writing and releasing through until now?
I mean, you know, I've lived a life since I first put out a record,
Yeah.
so you know, I have life experiences now, and I can write about different things. The industry has changed quite a lot. I mean, obviously, when I first put records out, the internet didn't even exist. So I know that makes me sound old, but it's true, you know. So these days, you release music on the internet. You know, it's
Hmm.
you know, physical sales are very different to what they were before. But I quite like social media. I quite like you know, being able to contact your fans like directly, and it's kind of more in your hands. You know,
Hmm.
I like having fun with it. You know, you can be self-effacing and use humor, and you can express yourself, I think, a lot more nowadays, you know, because there's so many different platforms to have fun with.
Mm. Yeah, no, absolutely. And you've been playing these new tracks live for the last week or so, and you've got some more dates still to come. How's the show's been so far?
I've been brilliant. I started off with a arena tour of Europe with James
Hmm.
Blunt. That was so fun.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, for us, it was, I mean, it was an amazing tour because it was all big arenas and everything else. And but for us, it was kind of like a way to get the band into check, you know what I mean? And we
Mm.
playing all the new songs, and the fans were amazing, so supportive of me, which was brilliant. And now being, you know, here and playing in different kind of smaller venues on my headline tour, and hearing the new songs being sung back to me is just so rewarding, and I'm so grateful that people are coming. We're selling out everywhere we go. It's just been it's been amazing. It really has. I can't. I honestly, I can't say enough how much fun we're having on the road. I got my son on the road with me. He's my guitar player. My
Hmm.
brother on the drums. So yeah, it's a family affair.
Yeah, I think I saw the band that you're with when you ended up on Michael McIntyre's show.
That was it. That's the band I'm out
Yeah.
with now, exactly, including my boy.
And speaking of being on TV, there is a rumor that you might be on Big Brother next week.
Oh, really? Where'd you get that from?
Oh, it's all over the news. You've signed up and everything.
Have I? Blimey. Well, it's news to me.
Well, you can tell me for sure or not after we finish this interview.
I can't even do that, mate.
Oh, what rubbish. Chesney, it's been a pleasure having a catch up with you.
You too, mate. Really has. Keep growing that beard. Good luck in casualty.
Will do.